2019年上海大师赛1/4决赛，奥沙利文对阵威尔逊，霍洛斯完成了一场惊心动魄的逆转，堪称斯诺克史上的一大奇迹。现在，让我们再来复盘一下当时的情况。比赛开局之后，威尔逊凭借一杆131分和2杆50加，出人意料的以5-1率先获得赛点。在11局6胜制的比赛当中，这几乎判了奥沙利文的死刑，但是火箭并没有放弃。第7局，奥沙利文打出单杆107扳回一局。第8局，威尔逊2次上手取得49-0领先，但是在击打这颗红球时竟先碰到中间的篮球犯规，让火箭看到了起死回生的机会。得到机会的奥沙利文犹如脱缰的野马，同样通过2次上手后完成一杆清台这本球，以70-49再扳回一局。接下来的第9局火箭又一次打出了单杆124，轻松胜出，将大比分扳成4-5。
Sullivan, it started. Crowd loving this now. He's going to be a big
第10局上，火箭一上来又是打出了单杆69分，在这颗简单黑球上失误了。不过此时台上也仅剩59分。
Just sort of pulled off the express train. For now.
Yeah, just take the sting out of things. Of course, he could somehow win the frame, but it seems at the moment unlikely. It was a pretty glaring error from nowhere from O'Sullivan. Just when you didn't think he would miss a black off the spot, it would be then.
Well, assuming it is a decider, as I say, the way he's come back, you make him favourite. But of course, the one change in dynamic in a decider is it's the first time the player who's recovered can actually win. We'll see. But Wilson, I think, will be grateful actually for this visit, regardless of what happens. Just to, as I say, just calm things down a bit.
Yeah, of course, the match that he did win against O'Sullivan springs to mind, doesn't it? In Belfast, where it's only best of 7, but he led 3-0. O'Sullivan came back with a barrage of centuries, 3 in a row. So everything was on him with him when he got into the decider. You know, you felt that just the irresistible force meant that O'Sullivan would win, but it's the point you make applied then. It does shift back a little bit, and Kyron Wilson won the decider, and that was the first match between the two players. He's not beat him since. Yes, and he should get one here, and it's a question of what we said earlier on, really, that
24.
One thing getting the snooker, but really he could do with the red on top of the green or next to a colour. That would make things a lot more difficult. The free ball comes into play.
威尔逊清台至最后一颗红球时，给奥沙利文做了一杆斯洛克。
Made this the unhittable snooker. There is still a chance of a free ball, though. He has to be a little careful here if he misses this.
奥沙利文解球果然失误，还被判了一颗自由球。
Goodness me, fancy that.
4, free ball.
I would have thought anything but that. If he's going to play that shot, why didn't he play it just hard enough to go past the red?
And he's knocked it in. What a great pot. He's got a chance here to steal frame and match. Incredible.
1.
So he would need pink or black off the last red.
威尔逊再次利用粉球当自由球，一粉一黑之后，这一杆斯洛克就让他追回了12分，火箭超出了10分，就这样没了。随后两人开始争抢最后一颗红球。
Not an easy shot that. It may not have looked too difficult, but
Ooh, and he's not happy. Punches the table. Wow.
Well, you can understand it. It's a shot that when he was, if he was at his best, he wouldn't miss.
Well, I think also it's the fact that we've come this far in the frame. The frame should have been over, and he's not guaranteed to get another shot now. Another chance for Wilson.
It's all too much for him at the moment, Dave. All too much for him. Worryingly near the pocket. And that's the shot. And he's played it very well, actually. But he was right to be watchful on that. He probably should have been on that snooker escape. Of course, the worry for O'Sullivan here, Dave, is that the colours are all on their spots, you know, technically. Whoever pots this red is likely to win the frame.
Well, we'll see. I mean, Wilson had a great chance there on the last red.
一番争夺之后呀，还是奥沙利文率先保证这颗红球，又重新建立起裁罚优势。
He made a meal of this frame in the end, but it looks like he's won it now. So it looks like a decider.
Yes, he's got away with one there, Dave, and I wonder if that actually, in a strange way, will kind of make him feel a little bit better that maybe today is his day, because he missed that black off the spot. Then Kyron, you know, if it had gone in, he wouldn't have had any sort of more negative thoughts, but you know, he had a chance of his own since then, so maybe it hurts even more now, the way it's been won and lost.
Well, I think he thought it was over, didn't he? Punched the table when he'd left a chance at the last red, but Wilson didn't knock it in. Pressure has come to bear here. Kyron Wilson's 5-1 lead has been wiped out. A very dramatic frame that O'Sullivan on another day could have lost.
17.
But he's still here fighting for a place in the semi-finals. It's all going to be on the last frame.
22.
Just wait for the applause from the O'Sullivan fans, and there's plenty of them here.
最终，奥沙利文还完成了一杆清台，以104比36将比赛拖进了决胜局。
It didn't look likely at 5-1. Wilson will rue some missed chances, not least in that frame. We're all square, 5 each.
Well, the double kiss is always on, I suppose. But look,
决胜局上了，奥沙利文利用威尔逊防守漏洞率先上手。
wow, that only just dropped. I think that there is some tension on O'Sullivan. There's no question about it. He's not played particularly well today. He's made centuries, he's scored, but he's missed in between. And now's the chance to go on and win the match.
Nine.
Well, he's not going to be very pleased with that.
这时啊，火箭在得到9分后进攻篮球失误。
Went the other way, but he must be fuming,
sorry,
because that was a great chance, and just signs that, you know, he's not as sharp as he could be either.
They both are, to be honest. We're in the decider after a very tense match. It's a solid strike this time. Well, let's see what Wilson is made of.
I'm just thinking back to the opening red there that Ronnie knocked in. He nearly missed it. You know, he didn't start that break with any confidence. It's not a very good shot. Again, his cue ball control has let him down there.
威尔逊上手拿下8分之后，他可能犯下了本场比赛最糟糕的失误，栽在了洞口的这个简单红球上。对于奥沙利文来说，简直就是天赐良机。
A lot at stake here. And as you said earlier on, I think you're spot on, Dave. When a player gets this far into a comeback like Ronnie has, he almost would have been more comforting to have lost easily than get so close, get back into it. And now that he's got this far, he's got to go on and win the match. That's a fabulous shot.
Well, he's given himself every chance. Lovely shot into the cluster.
It's just pretty to watch when they're played like that. Well, it's how he likes them, but he's still got to land on these balls correctly. And that's all right. Just thinking about that end of that previous frame when Ronnie missed that long red up into the green pocket and punched the table in anger.
25.
You'd have thought that would have given Kyron Wilson the boost he needed.
He was here to win, make no mistake. And it would hurt not to win.
Well, if he does win, he'll be pleased to win, but I know that he won't be pleased with his performance because we know only too well what he's like. Anyway, let's see if he gets over the line here. The plant was very handy at that point. It's only surely the situation that can stop him. The greatest break builder the game's ever seen, with half a dozen reds around the pink spot. It usually only ends one way, this situation. If he was to lose, this really would hurt him. It wouldn't necessarily bode well for the next time they met.
That's right, you can handle, I guess, being outplayed if you don't get chances, but it's when you've had chances and you haven't taken them, I guess that's what makes it difficult. He's hoping something's going to go wrong here unexpectedly.
49.
But remember, it would be 12th win in a row in Shanghai over a 3-year period for O'Sullivan. Something about this tournament he likes, clearly.
Yes, black-red colour he needs.
Well, we often say what a great front runner he is. Today, though, he's shown his fighting qualities in adversity. Little check of the scoreboard tells him if the yellow goes in, he's 60 in front with 59 on.
Yes, and you have to say this could be just what he needed for his season. This is the match he should have lost, really, on about 4 or 5 occasions. Kyron made hard work again over the line. You know, if Ronnie was to go on and win this tournament, who knows where it could lead. But a defeat today would have kind of put him back to the drawing board a little bit, wouldn't it?
Well, it just shows you, no matter how much pressure you put on.
奥沙利文再度上手后，一杆打出了60分。不过在完成操作后，白球摔袋被罚了7分。威尔逊还需要做一杆斯洛克来挽回败局。
But it's not necessarily over yet.
No, and the scoreboard's gone haywire now because that works out.
From O'Sullivan there, just adrenaline, I think.
Well, it's madness because I mean I can't even think I can work out what he was playing. Either he's straight on the black or he's not. So how do you run it through it off?
Just been thrown, and again, a lifeline.
Yeah, Ronnie's face was a picture actually when he just looked up as if he was a bit bewildered by it himself. Anyhow. This is a terrific shot this time.
Well,
This time his cue ball could not have been played a lot better than that under those circumstances, especially this black.
威尔逊在收掉2颗红球啊，直接打丢了黑球，这也让他彻底失去了机会。
Yeah, there was a lifeline thrown, but he was still under it, and he's left the red onto the middle. Well, what an extraordinary drama it's been. But it's surely over now, and Ronnie O'Sullivan, the defending champion, is going to be in the semi-finals. He might wonder how, because Kyron Wilson had several chances to finish him off, but O'Sullivan did produce some really good snooker as he came back, and he held his nerve.
Quite an incredible match. 5-1, O'Sullivan trailed. Seemed to be going nowhere. Kyron, he didn't look to be at his fluent best, but he was getting.
随后，奥沙利文再次上手，终于结束了比赛。最终，奥沙利文在1比5落后的情况下，竟然连胜了5局，6比5力准了威尔逊，简直创造了斯诺克史上的一大奇迹啊！
The delight of the Ronnie O'Sullivan fans, and there are many of them here in Shanghai. He's turned it round after quite extraordinary drama.